Hey, are you speaking Hawaiian?
No, I bit my tongue.
What is going on, fellow board members? Welcome to the boardroom. I am Ords, and today we are taking a look at an article from DailyWire.com. Kermit canceled. Disney slaps offensive content label on the Muppet Show. So before we get into the article, before we get deeper into this video, guys, we are on the road to 1,500 subscribers. The goal is to hit by July, and you guys can help me to do that by hitting the subscription button down below. It's the little red button. It's free to do. It helps out a lot, guys. Let's make 1,500 subscribers by July. I would appreciate that. With that being said, guys, let's talk about this. So I spent a lot of time as a child watching the Muppet Show, watching the Muppet movies. I remember when I was a kid, and maybe I've told you guys this story in a past video, but I'll tell you it again. When I was a kid, I was actually kind of terrified of puppets because it was this weird creature thing that existed. I didn't understood how it worked. But once I learned how puppets work, then I became fascinated with it. The art of puppetry, what it takes to actually bring life to a puppet through just your hands. Very intriguing to me, and somebody who I very much look up to as not only a creator, but an individual person and how they live their lives, of course, is Jim Henson. So I find it very offensive to myself and a Disney, or not a Disney fan, but a Muppets fan, I apologize, a Muppets fan, that they would slap this warning label, a offensive warning label, on the front of something Jim Henson created. The Muppets are full of diversity. Really, anything. Puppets, kittens, dogs, fluffy bears, weird creatures, just crazy things. Anything you could almost think of involved in the Muppet Show, even Sesame Street, the weird creatures that exist in there. So there is a lot to relate to inside the Muppet Show, and really any of Jim Henson's creations. I mean, you look at the Dark Crystal, just really interesting creations. Somebody who had an imagination. So I find it very difficult to accept the fact that you would slap an offensive content label on the front of something Jim Henson put together, who is beloved by millions of people, who entertained families for many years. I mean, 5 seasons of the Muppet Show. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this could have been far worse. They could have removed content. But Disney likes money, and that just would be another thing that people would, I believe, would unsubscribe from Disney Plus. I know I would unsubscribe from Disney Plus, which I still am. I have kids and everything, but if they were to take content out of the Muppet Show because they deemed it offensive, I would probably then cancel my Disney Plus subscription for the simple fact of how much I love Jim Henson and everything that man created. The Muppet Show, the Dark Crystal, Fraggle Rock, all of that stuff. This was a huge part of my childhood. And for somebody to do this, to slap an offensive content warning on the front of a man who taught so many children so many things. I mean, again, you think of Sesame Street. Like, these were all Jim Henson creations. And for you to sit there in Disney and slap an offensive content label is just really spitting on the legacy that this man created, making generations to come think that this man is an offensive person who didn't like other cultures, which couldn't be farther from the truth. Now, I've talked a lot. Let's get into the article. Disney has decided that The Muppet Show, featuring Kermit the Frog, Fozzie the Bear, and Miss Piggy, contains offensive content and can now be seen only on an adult account. So you can only watch The Muppet Show if it's on an adult account. Now, I've put on The Muppet Show for my kids. My kids love The Muppet Show. I've got the first few seasons on DVD. They love it. They love the songs. They love the dances. Not once did they ask me, why is this, offensive content? Why is this offensive to other cultures? As a matter of fact, I believe they bring light to a lot of different cultures. The Muppet Show was such a magical time. Dancing, song, 10 times better than this Muppets Now trash that Disney's put together. Don't even get me started about Disney's Muppets Now. Don't even get me started. When viewers open up the streaming service, which made 5 seasons available last Friday. Now, this is an older article. I'm just now getting to this. I've been really busy the last few weeks, and this is my first video, actually edited content that I've done in a few weeks, so I apologize for that, guys. But, so yes, I believe it was the 17th of last month, the 18th of last month that they made available these all 5 seasons. Viewers are greeted with a disclaimer. This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of other people's cultures. I don't remember any of that. I don't remember any of that. And if it was, let's just assume, we'll just say that it was mistreating other people's cultures. I don't think they singled out anybody's cultures, but I don't remember growing up thinking to myself that wow, this is really offensive to other cultures. I didn't even think of culture when I watched the Muppet Show. It was escapism in a world where creatures that wouldn't normally exist, and puppets being that tangible medium. It's more real than a cartoon. It's more real than CGI to me. And never once through the entire time that I watched the Muppet Show growing up did I think that, wow, this is really offensive to other people's cultures. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere now, it's offensive to other people's cultures. The stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now, the Daily Mail reported. No, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. The Muppets were never wrong. I don't know who this guy from the Daily Mail reported, but you are a piece of trash, my friend, and you should probably get out of the reporting game because get woke, go broke. To quote the scumbag here, it says, rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create more inclusive an inclusive future together. Disney is committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience around the globe. The statement says that's what the Muppets did. They looked at all kinds of different cultures through the world, and they introduced people to it. Yes, they had fun with it, but it wasn't to poke fun at different cultures. It was to enjoy and come together and create something different, something that nobody had ever seen before. The guy who wrote this statement is a scumbag, a piece of trash for spitting on the legacy of Jim Henson, and this may be a little harsh, but I don't care. This is my channel. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. You don't do this to Muppets without pissing people off. Part of me wants to think that if this person writing this had their way, that they would have cut things out, but from what I hear, maybe behind the scenes, Disney's kind of getting tired of not making any money off the woke nonsense that's going on. And it's Disney, and with everything going on in the world, I know Disney's hurting for money, and they're going to want money. So this was maybe a compromise that they put together without, the crazy Twitter folks to lose their mind over these skits that the Muppets did that they think are offensive, but a lot of other people seem to really enjoy. Said the Mail, the warning is believed to refer to Muppet characters designed as stereotypes of Native Americans, Arabs, and East Asians. And I never once thought that they were offensive to Native Americans or Arabs or East Asians. I never once watching that entire show thought it was offensive. It is meant to be escapism and fun. And of course, you're going to draw inspiration from the world around you. That's just what you know. You know existence, the world you live in, that's what you know. So of course, you're going to draw inspiration from that. Twitter users blasted the move, and of course they did, because it's absolutely ridiculous. To quote, "Nothing screams offensive like furry puppets. When I think of critical danger to society, it's obviously Jim Henson's Muppets." Exactly. That right there is sarcasm, people, because you allow furry puppets to ruin your day, ruin your week, because you find something that was written in the past offensive. I am beside myself. I don't have words for this shit that people are trying to pull, man. Left and right, everybody's getting canceled. We got Pepe Le Pew canceled now. We haven't seen Pepe Le Pew in a cartoon in how long now? But people want to be offended by that, which we might do a video on that. Speedy Gonzalez, a cartoon character as far as I know. The Hispanic community loves that character. I don't understand what is this huge boner with canceling everything that these Twitter mobs out there are trying. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. This is not the world I grew up in. And this just adds right here to more of the hate boner that people have for these things that they find offensive. In January, Disney blocked children younger than 7 from watching some classic animated movies, including Peter Pan, Dumbo, and Aristocrats. Although the move was made because of concerns that the films show racist stereotypes. Again, when I was a kid, not once did I think that these were racial stereotypes. As a matter of fact, I remember when they re-released Aristocrats in theater in the 90s, went and watched it. Not once did I think to myself, wow, this is racist. This is really awful. It was a great movie with great characters and fun. That's what it was meant to be, escapism. But now we're canceling things that existed, 50, 70 years ago. Again, I don't have words for the dumb shit that's going on here. I mean, of course, you guys see more tweets here. I'm surprised the internet hasn't tried canceling the Muppets Swedish Chef yet, since every and anything is offensive now. Yeah, this is what I mean. People don't want politics thrown in the beginning of their movies. They want to turn it on and they want to escape. They don't want the first thing to remind them that, oh, there might be offensive material in here. Like, they used to put a warning on Beavis and Butthead. Now they're putting a warning on the Muppets. That's how fucking ridiculous this has gotten. That we are putting warning labels in front of the Muppets when they used to put it in front of Beavis and Butthead. That's what we are. The Muppets are now the equivalent of Beavis and Butthead. Absolutely ridiculous. I think I've talked enough. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please make sure you hit the like button down below. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. And as always, make sure you hit that subscription button. It always helps. I am beside myself here, guys. I don't know what else to say. It just breaks my heart. This is essentially, to me, in my opinion, I don't care what everybody else thinks, but if you want to let me know how you think, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. This, to me, is spitting in the face of Jim Henson and the legacy that great man had created, and it really just breaks my heart. Luckily, though, the content is there. Nothing has been deleted as far as I know, but you can guarantee and bet your ass that if it is, we will be here, and we will come at Disney with everything we got. Anyway, that's it. I've talked enough. I've ranted enough about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love all of you guys, and we will catch you on the other side. Peace.